Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I've been thinking a lot about my closet lately and how much stuff I actually have. It's kind of out of control. But then I started wondering, where does all this stuff come from? And where does it go when I'm over it? Turns out the fashion industry has a major impact on the planet, and not in a good way. We're talking mountains of clothes ending up in landfills, tons of water being used just to make one t-shirt, and don't even get me started on the working conditions in some factories. It's honestly pretty overwhelming, but don't stress. It's not all doom and gloom. There are actually a lot of things we can do to make more sustainable choices when it comes to our clothes. So, in this video we're gonna dive deep into the world of fast fashion, learn about some eco-friendly brands, and even hit up a thrift store to see what treasures we can find. Let's do it. Okay, first things first, let's talk about fast fashion. You know, those stores where you can find a new outfit for like 20 bucks? Yeah, those. Don't get me wrong, I love a good bargain as much as the next person, but we gotta talk about the hidden costs of all those cute clothes. The problem with fast fashion is that it's all about quantity over quality. They want you to buy as many clothes as possible, as cheaply as possible, and they don't really care what happens to those clothes once you're done with them, which, let's be real, is probably after like 2 wears. Did you know that the fashion industry is responsible for a whopping 10% of global carbon emissions? That's more than international flights and shipping combined. And get this, it takes over 700 gallons of water to make just one cotton t-shirt. That's insane! Like, imagine filling up your bathtub over 28 times. That's how much water it takes for one shirt. And where do all those clothes end up when we're done with them? Well, a lot of it ends up in landfills, where it takes years and years to decompose. In fact, there's this place in Chile called the Atacama Desert, and it's literally covered in discarded clothes. It's like a giant, depressing fashion graveyard. But it's not just the environmental impact that's messed up. The working conditions in some of these fast fashion factories are seriously questionable. We're talking low wages, unsafe working conditions, and even child labor. It's honestly heartbreaking. So, yeah, fast fashion is definitely something we need to be more aware of. It's not just about looking cute, it's about making conscious choices that don't harm the planet or exploit people. Okay, so we've talked about the bad stuff, but now let's get to the good stuff. Because believe it or not, there are actually a lot of brands out there that are doing things differently. They're all about sustainability, ethical production, and creating clothes that are actually made to last. One of the biggest things to look out for is the materials that brands are using. Instead of conventional cotton, which uses a ton of water and pesticides, look for organic cotton, hemp, or recycled fabrics. These materials are way better for the environment, and they often feel even softer and nicer on your skin. Another thing to consider is how the clothes are made. Look for brands that are transparent about their supply chains and pay their workers a living wage. There are even some brands that are using innovative new technologies to create clothes with zero waste, or using plant-based dyes that don't pollute the water. It's actually pretty amazing. I know what you're thinking, sustainable fashion sounds expensive. And yeah, sometimes it can be a little pricier than fast fashion. But honestly, it's all about investing in quality pieces that you'll actually wear for years to come. Plus, there are tons of affordable options out there too. Remember that whole carbon footprint thing we talked about earlier? Well, did you know that by simply extending the life of your clothes by just 9 months, you can reduce your carbon footprint by 30%? That's huge! So, buying less but buying better is a great way to be more sustainable without breaking the bank. There are so many cool sustainable brands out there, from smaller independent labels to bigger companies that are making changes. Some of my personal faves are Reformation, Patagonia, Everlane, and Veja. But seriously, do your research, find brands that align with your values, and let's support the companies that are trying to do better. Alright guys, now for my favorite part, thrifting. Seriously, if you're not already hip to the thrift store game, you are missing out. It's like a treasure hunt for unique, affordable, and sustainable clothes. Plus, it's way more fun than just buying something new. The best thing about thrifting is that you're giving clothes a second life. Instead of them ending up in a landfill, you're giving them a new home and preventing more clothes from being produced in the first place. Plus, you're saving money and reducing your environmental impact. It's a win-win-win. Thrifting can be a little overwhelming at first, but trust me, it gets easier with practice. My best advice is to go in with an open mind, and don't be afraid to try things on. You never know what hidden gems you're going to find. One of my favorite things to look for at thrift stores is vintage denim. You can find some seriously amazing pieces from different eras, and they're usually way better quality than anything you'd find new today. Plus, vintage denim has that perfect worn-in look that just gets better with age. Another tip is to check the men's section. Seriously, don't be afraid to venture over there. You can find some really cool oversized shirts, jackets, and sweaters that look super cute styled in a more feminine way. And don't forget about accessories. Thrift stores are a goldmine for unique jewelry, bags, hats, and scarves. You can totally elevate your whole look with a few vintage accessories. So, yeah, if you're looking for a fun, affordable, and sustainable way to update your wardrobe, hit up your local thrift store. You won't regret it. Okay guys, so that's the lowdown on sustainable fashion. I know it can seem like a lot to think about, but honestly, even making small changes can make a big difference. Whether it's shopping more consciously, supporting eco-friendly brands, or thrifting like a pro, every little bit counts. Remember, fashion should be fun and expressive, but it's also important to be mindful of the impact our choices have on the planet and the people who make our clothes. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on sustainable living. See you next time.